Let's huddle up with AI. Let's cut through the buzz and break AI down into real moves that drive results and help you become AI enabled. We're going to turn the hype into hustle. We're going to turn ideas into practical action for your business and your goals. So grab your pen, turn up your ear pods, and lean in because we're talking AI enablement and transformation and how to make it work for you.
Welcome to Playbook AI Partners Podcast, the show that turns AI from overwhelming into actionable.
Your host, Sandy Kibling, is the Chief Playmaker, helping business owners and teams stop chasing shiny tools and start using AI in a way that actually moves the numbers, saving time, reducing busy work, and driving growth.
Each episode features industry experts and real-world tactics, providing clear, do this next plays, simple AI workflows, and practical guardrails so you can use AI safely, execute with confidence, and get results.
Let's run the play.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Playbook AI Partners, where we simplify AI so you can use it with more confidence, more clarity, and a whole lot less overwhelm. I'm Sandy Kibling, your Chief Playmaker, and today we're going to talk about something that is sitting in the back of a lot of people's minds right now, maybe even keeping some folks up at night. And here it is. Do you fear being replaced by AI? Well, I would argue perhaps you should be more concerned about being replaced by those who know how to use AI. So here's the win. There's no need to panic, so let's slow the roll. This episode, I promise, is not talking about fear. It's not about doom and gloom, and it's definitely not about telling you that your career is over. But this episode is about helping you shift your mindset and understanding the importance of AI enablement and transformation. So let's huddle it up and let's have a get real conversation. Because the truth is this, AI is not just some futuristic buzzword anymore. It is here. It is already changing how people work, how businesses operate, how content gets created, how customer service happens, how research gets done, and how fast decisions can be made. Let's face it, that can feel a bit intimidating, but guys, it can also be so exciting. I know when I was sitting there before getting into all of this, I felt the same way. I felt intimidated. I felt like I didn't need just something else to learn on my plate with already a busy life. But once I got into it, I was so excited and so blown away by all that can be done. And here's what I would add. AI is not just about replacing your tasks. I hear a lot of concerns about that from people, but it is about creating efficiencies. It's about reducing that repetitive work, helping you think faster, draft faster, organize faster, and in many cases, giving you back time to focus on the work that actually matters. So today we're going to break this down into 3 thought provokers. The first is what it really means when people say you may be replaced by someone who knows AI better than you. The second thought provoker is why living in fear of AI is the wrong strategy and what to do instead. And third thought provoker is how embracing AI can actually give you back time, energy, and freedom to do more of what you love and provide that transformation you need. Let's get into it. Thought provoker number 1, will AI replace you or your job? When you hear the phrase AI will replace jobs, understandably, you get concerned about paying bills, keeping a roof over your head, and paying for your kids' college and or extracurricular activities you and your family have come to love. And dare I not mention, who wants to start over in a new job, a new training, starting at the bottom and working your way back up the corporate ladder? It can be scary, but what is more likely in many job roles is this. The person who understands how to use AI effectively becomes faster, more efficient, more strategic, and more valuable. And over time, these people are going to stand out. Let that be you. Think about it this way. If 2 people have similar experiences, similar work ethics, and similar knowledge, but one of them knows how to use AI to save 10 hours a week, generate better ideas, summarize reports in minutes, create cleaner drafts or briefings, automate repetitive admin work, and improve communication, who do you think is going to have the edge? And it's not because the other person is less talented, it is because that person is using AI and is leveraging a new skill set. And that is the key point. AI is a tool. Knowing how to use it is a skill. Now, we've seen this before. People who learned how to use spreadsheets had an advantage over people who resisted them. People who learned how to use the internet for research had an advantage over those who did not. People who adapted to email, digital marketing, CRM systems, project management platforms, and automation tools created opportunities for themselves. And truly, guys, AI is another one of those moments. Now, let me also throw this in. This is not just about tech people, because I've heard a lot of people say that, oh, I have to be techie. It's not true. In fact, you don't even know how to code. In fact, I kind of laughed. My website designer said he had to find another job because people weren't going to need him to create websites anymore. And because they don't need to be techie to do it. AI applies to those who are marketers, consultants, business owners, healthcare professionals, educators, operations teams, customer service staff, HR leaders, sales professionals, and creators. So when you hear the statement, you may not be replaced by AI, but by someone who knows how to use AI, what we're really saying is this: the advantage is going to go to the person who is willing to learn, not the person who knows everything, not the person who's the most technical, not the person with the fanciest title. The advantage is going to go to the person who is curious enough to say, let me figure out how this can support my work. So ask yourself a few of these questions. What part of your job is repetitive? What part of the workflow that you do day in and day out slows you down? What do you spend so much time on or too much time on, whether that's writing emails, summarizing, organizing, research, or redoing? What is it? Where do you get stuck? These are mostly entry point questions, but let's dig a little deeper. Maybe you are a business owner who needs help drafting emails, creating social media posts, outlining proposals, or summarizing meeting notes. Maybe you work in healthcare administration and need help turning messy information into clean communication. Maybe you are in sales and want faster follow-up messages, better call summaries, and more consistent messaging. Maybe you are a manager, buried under documentation, reports, and planning. The person who starts learning how to use AI for these things is not cheating the system. They are evolving it, and that evolution matters. Here's the bottom line, guys. The workplace is shifting. Be AI enabled and ride the AI wave. Don't get swallowed up by the wave. Thought provoker number 2, don't live in fear of what you don't know. Now let's talk about fear. Fear is normal, and with AI, it is real. Anytime something new enters the workplace and starts changing the rules, people get nervous. It happens. People wonder, what if I cannot keep up? What if I'm too late? What if I'm not technical enough? What if I ask dumb questions? What if this changes everything? And if you're thinking these things, here's what I would say to you. Do not let fear keep you frozen, because fear loves confusion. Fear gets bigger when we avoid learning, and fear gets louder when we decide that because something feels unfamiliar, it must be dangerous or impossible. But most of the time, what people fear is not AI itself. It's that feeling behind, that learning something new, that change, that finding the time to learn something new. But the truth is, it just delays you from really experiencing something that can really be a game changer in your life. The better move is to get informed. And guys, here it is. Start simple. You don't need a master class in everything. You just need a starting point. And that could very well be just learning what AI is, learning what it's good at, what it's not. Learn how to write a better prompt, use a new tool, learn where human judgment still matters, and maybe join a community where you can get the latest information and ask questions. Guys, that was a game changer for me. I didn't have time to learn every tool, or I'd see some Facebook ad and there's some new version, and I'm like, oh God, something new I got to try to stay up on. But joining the community was great because I could get the latest and great information. I could collaborate with other people. I could attend a couple 1-hour sessions a month and you learn about a new tool that I could actually use in my business. And it really just dropped that overwhelm significantly. So I think that communities are becoming more popular and relevant, especially as fast as AI is changing. My humble view, but I think an important one. So join a community where you can get the latest information and ask those questions. Because guys, this is where confidence is going to come from. It doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from understanding enough to use it wisely. And now, guys, I want to toss out another thought as you're starting somewhere and you're learning AI. I want to address another fear that comes in. AI is somehow going to make your work less authentic. And I hear this often. And in fact, I worried about it initially. And that's why I have in my tagline of Playbook AI Partners, AI with authenticity, because I think it's important enough to include it and you can do it and not lose your brand, your message along the way. So people worry, and I get it, that if they use AI, they're cutting corners or their work's going to sound robotic or they're losing their voice or their brand. And the truth is, not if you're using it right. So AI is not going to replace your judgment, your expertise, your brand, your lived experience, your relationships, or your values. AI should support them. It should help you reduce that mental clutter. Guys, you ever feel like you have so much going on in your brain that it's hard to be razor focused on the task you know you need to work on? AI should help you streamline the repetitive so you can spend more energy on the meaningful. And guys, this is a huge difference. And the goal is not to become robotic, but the goal is to become more effective, all the while maintaining your authentic voice. At Playbook AI Partners, that's exactly the mindset. Simplify AI so you can execute with less overwhelm and more confidence and keep your authenticity. So, guys, you need to just start somewhere. And in terms of that fear, so here's what I'd recommend. Just pick one task. Maybe test a tool. Go open Chat GPT and put in a prompt. You can get prompts anywhere, but just pop in an image and ask it to translate it. Or I'll throw a couple prompts in here, a little prompt guideline. I'll put in the show notes of different kind of fun things that you can tackle as well. But just go open up a tool and try it. And ask AI maybe to turn some rough notes or clean up an email that you have. Ask it to create a logo. I love doing that stuff, or like a little image that you may use for a newsletter, or maybe you're doing something for your kid's birthday party. It's so much fun to put a prompt in there and ask it to create something that maybe you want to put in a Canva invitation. Make it simple and have fun doing it. And then once you do that, evaluate it. You know, what worked, what didn't work? Did I have to edit a prompt? Did I have to refine it multiple times? Look at what saved you time or what still required your voice. And once you start learning, you're going to be blown away and you're going to keep wanting to do more. Thought provoker number 3. AI can transform your work through efficiency and time savings. Now, let's get to the part that gets me excited. That efficiency and time savings is transformation. Because yes, AI is changing work, but it can also change your life. One of the biggest benefits is not just productivity for productivity's sake, but it's getting time back you deserve to live life on your terms and spend time with your family, your friends, take a walk, go sit by the lake, go have a picnic lunch, go take a coffee break, go to lunch with a friend, life on your terms. So embrace that transformation, because the truth is, guys, I hear people say this all the time. They're just stressed. There are too many emails. I hear this on Zoom calls. There's like, you look at somebody's desktop and there's 20 tabs open. Me too. I'm guilty of that. There's too many tasks, too many meetings, too many things living and buzzing around in your head that just causes stress. And the truth is, a lot of people are burned out because they're doing deeply meaningful work all day. But what if you could use AI to be, I like to think of it like an intern, that is going to help me do some of this work, offset some of the tasks I have to do, and help me get things done quicker. So AI can help reduce the drag. It can shorten the time it takes to start. It can help reduce that blank page syndrome, which I know we all probably struggle with. And it can even help you move faster through those low value tasks so you can focus on the higher value ones, as I mentioned earlier. So let's look at a few examples. If you are a business owner, AI can help draft those newsletters, brainstorm campaigns, create a standard operating procedure. How fun are those to create? Who doesn't need help with that? Summarize a client call, create a briefing, repurpose content. If you're in operations, it can help document workflows, write internal communications, and organize project updates. If you are in marketing, it can help with captions, campaign ideas, content calendars, ad variations, and audience messaging. If you are in healthcare education or consulting, it can help translate complex information into simpler language, create presentation drafts, summarize research, or build educational materials faster. If you are a leader, it can help you think through strategy options, polish talking points, prepare agendas, and outline decision frameworks. And again, none of this is going to remove you from the equation. Instead, it supports you. And what happens? Here it is. You save time. You get breathing room. You get capacity back in your workday. You get more margin in your day. And maybe that even means leaving work earlier. Maybe it means having more mental energy at the end of the day. And maybe it means more time with your family. Maybe it means more time for creativity. And I don't know about you, but that matters because efficiency is not just about the output. It is about quality of life. So, in closing, what I would tell you is embrace the transformation instead of resisting it. And I'm not saying everyone's resisting it, but I think there is some hesitancy out there today. And I get it. That was me. And that is a lot of people I know. And I don't judge anybody for that. I get it. But what I would say is let's look at AI and embrace the transformation. And I believe that starts with a mindset shift. Instead of asking, is AI going to replace me? Let's ask, how can AI help me become even better at what I do? Instead of asking, what if I fall behind? Ask, what is one small thing I can learn this week? Instead of maybe saying, I'm not a tech person, say, I can learn a tool that supports my goals. Instead of avoiding it, explore it. And let me say this too. You do not have to use AI for everything. That is certainly not the goal. The goal is not to automate your humanity away. The goal is not to remove critical thinking, and the goal is not to hand your business over to a machine. The goal is to find the right balance. So use AI where it helps and keep the human where it matters. That is the sweet spot. And that is why, guys, education matters so much. The better strategy is informed adoption. Learn enough to use it well, learn enough to make it useful, and learn enough to keep your voice, your standards, and your values at the center. That is how transformation becomes empowering instead of threatening. And for those of you who are listening, who may be thinking, okay, Chief Playmaker, but I still feel behind. Let me encourage you with some Playmaker words of wisdom. You're not behind if you start now. Just start. You're not disqualified because you are new. The bulk of us are new in AI. You're not too old, too established, too not technical, or too late. Listen to the episode with Lynn Frias, I believe it's episode 3, where he's 75 years old and creating an AI tool to help seniors his age and beyond to create their encore career. It's never too late. You just need a willingness to learn and a reason to apply it. That's it. It's that simple. The people who win in this next season are not necessarily the fastest adopters, but they are the practical adopters. Let that be you. So let's bring this home. You may not be replaced by AI, but you could be replaced by someone who understands how to use it more effectively. And I think this is a very profound statement. But this really isn't the bad news. It merely is a wake-up call and an opportunity. So do not live in fear of what you don't know. Learn it, test it, use it. Shape it to support your work instead of assuming it is here to erase your value. And most importantly, embrace what AI can do for you, not just in terms of speed and efficiency, but in terms of freedom, more time, more clarity, less repetitive work, less overwhelm, more room to focus on the things that matter most to you. That is the transformation worth paying attention to. Thank you for joining me today on Playbook AI Partners. I hope the message resonates with you in some way that's really meant to be empowering and to shift that mind in a different direction with AI that I hope is supportive and empowering to you. I do hope it gave you a new perspective. And if it did, thank you for sharing it with someone who has been feeling nervous about AI or unsure where to start. Because sometimes one mind shift can change everything. And remember, AI is not about replacing your brilliance. It is about helping you leverage it. If you'd like to learn more, check out Playbook AI Partners. You can start out with a free course on platforms or check out the playback on the community where I covered Perplexity as a tool and I covered the Navigator, how to shave off 15 to 20 hours in a work week. Join the community, the Huddle. It's free for the month of April, and I also have another community, the Training Camp, which will always be a free option for you. At Playbook AI Partners, we are here to support you wherever you are at on your AI journey. Make sure and check out the show notes for the links of the free courses and community mentioned. In our next episode, I have Siri Krishna on the show. Krishna is an engineering leader with over 18 years of experience in agentic AI, AI ops, data platforms, and enterprise cloud applications. He is also a certified Google Cloud Professional Architect and Data Engineer. With a Master of Technology from IIT Delhi, Krishna now advances agentic AI to transform software maintenance and support. He provides some real-world examples to help us better understand AI and its transformation in the business world. Until next time, take action, execute, and let's run the play.